Hang on, I'm not seeing. That's over here. Not just yet. There we go. All right, let me hit the button. All right. Anke maat abet. Anke maat.
Uncle mine, Abet. Uncle mine. As we say here, we say grand rising to everyone. Grand rising.
Grand rising. Nefer Bakah. We say Webin Ra in Hrw.
So Shinkan, what was the term you used last week?
All right. So yes, I have titled this now. Hrw Dwa. Hrw meaning the day, or of course the neter. Hrw. Meaning towards or to things, not people. So that it would be pronounced like er. And then dua, praise or adoration. When we say thank you, and we say dua, we're giving praise, we're giving adoration. So I've changed that to day of adoration, day of praise, day of worship. You can, that can be an interchangeable word with dua, but praise, honor. We're giving honor, a day of honor to our Neteru, to our ancestors, to our shrine. That word, because you can use in, but in means towards things. Towards people. So we're going to say which means towards things. We can consider adoration or praise as a thing, not a person. That makes sense?
Dua.
Dua. All right, folks. If you are all here, I'm hoping you all are here. Maybe we got a few folks watching, and let me see if we do. But we will get started, of course, with our opening of the way.
As we begin our opening of the way, we get in the pose of adoration. We facing north. You put up your left hand forward and your right hand slightly back. Your left foot forward and your right foot slightly back. And you begin with the word of life, which is Ankh. Take your deep breath. Netrak in Bahet, Nuke in Bahet, Netrak Happy, Nuke Happy, Tuau in Tor. Turn to your right. Netrak Circuit, Nuke Circuit, Netrak Kepsanu, Nuke Kepsanu, Tuau in Tor. Turn to your right. Netrak As, Nuke As, Netrak Amset, Nuke Amset, Tuau in Tor. Turn to your right. Netrak Neat, Nuke Neat, Netrak Duamotef, Nuke Duamotef, Tuau and Tor. Turn to your right. Netrak Newt, Nuke, Nuke, Netrak Get, Nuke, Get, Tuau and Tor. Netrak Shoot, 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 Nuke, Shoot. Netrak Tefnu, Teflon, 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 Nuke, Teflon. Tuau into a netrak paut into Nuke paut into Tuau into a netrak imbu into Nuke imbu. Tuau into. Let's begin and we end. Take your deep breath.
Ashe, ashe. Hrw Dwa.
Dua.
Dua for that beautiful, energetic opening of the way. Speaking of the flowers, giving flowers to our elder who brought the opening of the way to us, which is the elder Baba Hrw R
Samaj.
Dwa. Flowers to our ancestors, of course, Ashe. Flowers to Mbu Neteru, Ashe. Flowers to Himneter and Tepi, Jabari, our chief priest, Ashe. Flowers to Himneter Waziri, the man who brings us the good word every week and inspires me to keep pushing, Ashe. And flowers to all of you who come here and join us weekly, whether you see it live, whether you see it later. We murder you, we appreciate you, and we are working Ma'at, living in Ma'at truth. And Netta, what do you have for us today? Take it away.
Well, one of the things that hit me was the fact I was looking at this text and it really resonated again. So so as you reminded me, we began with this text a long time ago, but it's good to come back because it's resonating again. So as we go to the book of spirituality before religion, and then we look at page 44, spirit, and it says, after millions of years, the human body, head, the torso, and lower limbs evolved to its divine proportion, and the fourth ventricle of the ventricular system ballooned open in the limbic system of the brain. At this moment, the mind had a spiritual epiphany. The human psychic remembered its divine purpose. I say that again. The human psychic remembered its divine purpose. Why are you here? At this sacred time, like the same moment at the Big Bang, the mind recalled what the Creator had thought before the beginning began. I want to know myself. Scientifically, this moment would have occurred at the Homo sapiens stage of the human life. On the cosmic calendar, it would have been during the last 3 to 4 seconds of the cosmic year. An evolution inspired the human car, the spirit, to recognize itself by calling its original source the noon, the universe. The further inward you travel within your body, the purer energy gets. As you go outward, the more physical energy materializes. While invisible by nature, the chakras are spinning wheels that activate and harmonize matter and energy, body and spirit. Embellishing purpose is to search, find, and motivate the creator within each human masterpiece. The creator is unique with the words within each human masterpiece. Once the creator is recognized and embraced, the spirit within becomes conscious of its consciousness. As each human goes through this spiritual journey, his or her soul takes shape and metamorphizes its metaphysical potential. Dr. Soberfun Surmay informs us in her book, The Spirit of Intimacy. Spiritual inspiration purpose is to bind us in such a way that we maintain our connection not only with ourselves but also with the nature. Spirit helps us fulfill our own life's purpose and maintain our sanity. Again, let me read that again. Spirit helps us fulfill our own life's purpose and maintain our sanity. Spirit is the life force in everything. Spirit helps us accomplish our life's purpose and maintain our connection to the cosmic spirit world. Dr. Somei creates an image of spirit that will again reveal itself when we analyze the African text carved on the walls, the coffins, and the papyri in Kemet. Spirit exists. Spirit is the essence of actualizing visual. It is what makes your dreams reality. Spirituality is a way of life. It is in all things all around us. Each of us has access to spirit. Although spirit cannot physically be seen, heard, tasted, smelled, or touched, it is the very nature that allows us to see, hear, taste, smell, and touch all things visible. Spirit is our third eye, ear, nostril, and our second tongue and skin. The blood pumps the heart. The heart does not pump the blood. The blood is everywhere in our body. Just like the soul, our soul, as we will discuss later, is the individualized, unique spirit in each living essence. The soul is a force that energizes the spirit. In regards to evolution, Dr. Somei says, life is the search for spirit. It is an intimate journey. The body dies when the life giving, animating force of spirit leaves the body. The spirit does not die. When the body dies, the spirit moves on to the next world. When the spirit is captured by the body, the soul is born. The soul is the personal energy that each living thing possesses. Ashe.
Ashe, ashe, ashe to that. Now I understand what made you want to repeat that again. I kind of feel it different. I mean, we went over the teaching and we went over the text before, but to the magnitude as we move forward, it might even be well to repeat that again at a later time.
Very much. Very much.
It's almost like a check-in because it poses the question, who are you? Do you know who you are? Are we who we were told we are? Are we our jobs? Are we our positions? Are we our titles? Are we just the African male, female, the netter, you know, a student here, a comedic practitioner? Who exactly are we? Even the things that when you're a kid, what do I want to be when I grow up? Or even when we become adults, we become something that has, a title or something attached to it. But who exactly are we? An individual masterpiece, just like the text says. A spirit, which is a masterpiece, having this human experience. But a lot of times we hold that spirit hostage with all these ideas and perception of who we're supposed to be, who we're striving to be, instead of sometimes allowing that natural light, just as it says, to shine. Life is the search for spirit. It's an intimate journey.
Very
So if
much.
it's intimate, what difference does it make what you look like on the outside if you are not experiencing your own personal intimate journey? If the journey is simply to be satisfied to the sight of those that are outside of you, but the inside is still a wreck, then where is the masterpiece being? It's being hidden. The body dies when the life-giving, animating force of the spirit leaves the body, but the spirit does not die. When the body dies, the spirit moves on to the next world. And when the spirit is captured by the body, the soul is born. The soul is the personal energy that each living thing possesses. So we, a lot of us need to step out of the way to be. Some of us are being rebirthed every day. Some of our souls are being reborn every day, every week, every time another alarm rings within yourself to allow you to step into your true purpose, whatever it may be. I cannot say. Some of us can determine that we know our true purpose, but we don't truly know our true purpose until this human experience is over, when the purpose is fulfilled.
Very much.
You know,
It's so important.
we really don't. So to allow that spirit to manifest in the energy that it is itself, many of us are being rebirthed continuously, like the Kepler process.
Very much. Very much. So important. So one of the things that intrigued me, I was enlightened earlier this week because I don't know if you listened to um, Professor Cameron Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
and she had suggested that if we check out a movie called Bad Hair, it's like a horror flick, but it's an interesting part in that thing, and one of the characters was Blair Underwood, and
Okay.
he has said that in Bad Hair, he said that when you are indoctrinated when you come into this world, that what the fact that you fear to have your imagination, because your imagination comes indoctrinated and controlled, like you said earlier, whereas you're looking at, you're saying, well, what I want to be, but the point is, before, like says here in the text, before existence existed, you were in the noon, in the universe, and so what were you before then? And it said 2 to 3 seconds, and the fact that they the Isfit that exists in this world knows that there's so much distraction in this world to overcome you, and you
Mhm.
and you and you get wrapped up in it, and not knowing, and not knowing who you are, and being able to reach into to
Yeah,
the soul purpose of the ka, the spirit that's in you, and having that intimate journey of knowing who you are is
that's
so
right.
important.
Ashe,
So
ashe. Very true, very true, all true. That we are, and it's not even a matter of, at this point, whose fault is it? It's not even a matter of that. From the time that we're birthed, we're trained in such a way that divides us from that car, divides us from that spirit within us, that soul within us that's trying to be birthed. It And the older we get, the more suppressed that spirit tends to come, because again, we're facing these things that we want to become. I want to be I don't know, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a mother. I want to be a wife. I want to be a friend. All of these titles where we get so far away from that intimate journey that we are here, that we're placed here to have. Each of us, we can view on the outside, if we're looking at each other and we see a family over there and they're struggling, we're seeing the struggle, not understanding that all of these things, if set, was set in motion at the very first piece of chaos, when idea and natural, divine order, idea and divine order became at odds. So now it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. We always have to figure out and wonder. The answers are already there, which is why so many religions have, and not, I'm not one of those that gonna go against this, that, or that. It's, if you separate yourself from a them and a they, then you're separating. That doesn't do any good. But a lot of Western ideology has you to reach for someone outside of yourself to be saved. Also, you have someone outside of yourself to blame for your own, indiscretions as well. You got the devil and the God concepts, These two different, the fear of going to a place, heaven or hell, these different concepts that are put in your mind when all of those ideas and symbolisms and metaphors reside within us, but we will not reach within ourselves. Everything is outside of ourselves. So doing so, a lot of us miss the life experience. You go through life and miss it because you never got a chance to quiet it yourself, to sit with yourself and actually realize that it is a intimate experience that you're having.
So true, so true. I like the fact that when they said that um, here the evolution purpose is to search, find, and motivate the creator with each human masterpiece. A
Mhm.
masterpiece. That's so
And again, each is the key word.
each human.
Each human. Collectively, yes, but we are people, but at the same time, each of us are a divine masterpiece.
That's
Each of our own personal experiences. And like I said, you can look at someone else's life and think, oh, they're going through a lot. But there's a divine masterpiece of a life experience that's etched in that situation we cannot see. Again, we did talk about the spirit is unseen, unheard, but it's there. We all know that it's there. It's a knowing that it's not about a belief. It's there.
that's
You would,
right.
if it wasn't there, you wouldn't mourn when a loved one passed. You wouldn't feel happy when something good occurs. These are innate. These are not things that you can go in and surgically manipulate someone to feel, to think. It's there. The spirit lives there.
That's true.
And it's birthed during those times when we don't suppress it, when we allow it to show itself, in other words. It's
So
an
true.
our own cop. you Um, so it's there in those places when a child is born and you tear up and you're happy to see this birth. All those different emotions that are not taught, that are not indoctrinated, that are just innately natural. That is spirit speaking. That is the spirit living in that experience, this life experience. That human allowing the spirit to that soul to feel what it's supposed to. you know. And I think that is amazing when we really take a moment, take everything down, and just sit for a moment to see how beautiful that experience is.
That's right.
Even lessons from the pain and traumas that we may suffer. Look at us now. Look at Africans. Look at African Americans. Look at Black folks. Whatever title you want to call us. Look at from the the way from being royal to being taken to being beaten to being oppressed to being all these things, even to what we face now. But look at this. We can smile and we can still understand that this experience is for a reason.
True. True.
So I shade to all of that. I give honor and praise to the feelings, the experience itself. Even when it's not always pretty, I give thanks to it because on the outside of that, that experience was meant for me, for whatever it was, for my spirit to manifest the way it's supposed to grow and to become whatever it is supposed to.
I like the fact in the text it says spiritual inspiration purpose is to bind us in such a way that we maintain our connection not only with ourselves but also with the Netaru or
Mhm.
with spirit helps us fulfill our own life's purpose and maintain our sanity because sometimes we feel like we're going out of our mind.
Mhm.
If we maintain or get connected to our spiritual intimacy with ourselves and who we are, we will not lose our minds. So that's important for the fact that you're searching for who you are and why you are, and that comes and intertangle with the fact of we are having a spiritual journey to know ourselves
Mm.
being connected to ourselves. It's so important. It's inside of us, and we sometimes don't have the words to explain it. But this piece here gives in the fact that we have the time to look into ourselves and know who we are and what purpose we are here for.
That's right.
And if we look to the Netaru and then we deal with Ma'at and understand the purpose of Ma'at is, and when we deal with the spiritual part of the fact of when we deal with the smell, the taste, the hearing, and the seeing, the senses that we have, but we are able to look beyond that. It's very
Mhm.
important. Excuse me. So as they use the word of evolution and involution, it's so important to understand that this is what is happening right
Mhm.
now in our body, and it's happening right now. For the fact that my body is realizing this and trying to connect to the Netaru is so
Mhm.
important. So sometimes when you say, sometimes you know you will be like confused or frustrated, but the frustration is in the fact of the Sabyt that we're reading,
That's right.
and we are evolving. It's so strong. It's so important.
It is, and it's happening. It's happening on a scale from large to small, even in nature. You know what I mean? If you and which is a part of the word Neteru. Even in nature, if you look around, it's all these different things coming up. These new bugs that are out. These, you know what I mean? Something that I think they're called lanterns now. I don't know if you guys have them up there, but we've got them down here.
Yeah.
New weird looking bugs. They're spotted like ladybugs, but it's anyways. But nature's even basically, balance is always going to try to restore itself. Natural order is going to do whatever it takes to restore itself. Even if it doesn't, its job is to continue to restore balance. And like you said just now, if the human recognizes the spirit and they meet, what a powerful, powerful, if they're not at odds. When the spirit and the human meet, the experience is, which is why sometimes when there's been some folks in my life who have passed away, and but it's hard to say death is beautiful, but have you ever experienced someone you love and it was a beautiful transition? It was you may have teared and cried, but it wasn't a sorrow, oh, I'm gonna miss you. It was you really I've had the experience of looking at an elder pass away, holding their hand and watching them transition, and literally feeling the beauty of that person transitioning because they were able to allow that spirit and human to meet in their lives, not just on their deathbed, but in their lives. And those are people who actually understood, even if they didn't understand the words like what we're doing here, that the spirit and the human needed to have an intimate relationship with each other in order to fully experience this human existence. And I've seen people who did experience it, and I've watched them at their time of transitioning from this world, and it was such a beautiful thing. I've never felt that feeling more than I have birth of children. That was a beautiful feeling. And I didn't know why then until, like having this conversation, this text talking about, this our human experience with the soul and that personal intimacy that we have with our spirit. It made me understand why those deaths were beautiful. How it was a peaceful cry. It wasn't a weeping cry. It was a tears with a smile, like this person has truly lived, you know.
That's a beautiful thing. If any people out here are experiencing that, let it be known that
please.
we are doing the best we can to translate that.
Yeah, yeah. And this again, this text has actually put that into perspective. I've seen some beautiful, I've seen some sorrowful ones, but that explains a lot of how that felt for a death to be beautiful, to be at someone's bedside and to be joyful that they were taking their journey. You know what I mean?
So such a
So dua for even dua for bringing this up again. We again, you guys, we don't again rehearse any of what we're going to talk about. We before we go live, we get on and we discuss a little bit about and I will write down what we have read already, and we did agree that we've gone over this, but Spirit moved him Netter to repeat it, and it always shows itself as to why. And that's why we come here. It's not rehearsed. It's that experience. The spirit is having that human experience, and that's what we're doing here. I mean, it speaks for itself. So I shade to all that you do and doing that, because it wasn't until we got through when you were reading it that it was clear that it needed to be reread. And again, like I suggested, it's probably going to be more and more times that we repeat this portion, you know. So I really appreciate that. We do have some announcements. Do we have anything else to add to our say by reading today?
not at this time.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna also put another thing on the screen. And Himnetter, if you would like to, the one announcement about an event that's occurring next weekend, if you'd like to let the folks know what's going on, and I'll put the website at the bottom of the page as you explain that.
Okay. Well, this Saturday, um, up here in New York City, if anyone is around New York City, New Jersey, or even in the DMV area, you're invited to the Black New York City bus tour. It consists of the walk of visiting a tour of Wall Street, the African Burial Group ground. We're going Seneca Village, which is Central Park, now renamed Central Park. The second that we usually visit up here, and that the misnomer, the obelisk, and then we're doing Harlem Shuffle, and then it will be conducted by our very own Intebi Chabari Elzazi. When is it? It's this Saturday, August 9th. The bus leaves from Queens, and then the time it leaves is 7 a.m. in the morning, and it returns back at 8 p.m. in the evening. The cost is $75 per person, ages 7 years and up. $75 for 6 years old that will share a seat, and then $100. It includes a meal, a continental breakfast is included. You can play, and it is sponsored by AfricansOnTheRise.com. And I'm going to put up this. If you can also scan the Q. There's the Q. This is the QR code. So if right now, if you want to scan the QR code, and it will give you the information and who to contact. Okay.
I shaded that. That's cool. Keep in mind, family, anybody up in New York, or if you're traveling, it is the summer. Some folks are having weekend getaways. Head on up to New York, support our and Tepi. But not only that, some great, Dabari is a great historian. Take you all over New York to see all the sites there. And we'll probably make that. There's another announcement, just a reminder. Unless anything changes, we do have our monthly shrine meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. You go to our private page, you will see the link there. Unless anything changes until then, that's the meeting, 6 p.m. tomorrow, which is the 4th. And I'm sure Himnetter and Jabari will mention the event for next weekend there as well. But again, you can go to africansontherise.com or that QR code that Himnetter has held up for. Let me just take a look to see if we have any comments or any announcements or anything. Let's see. All right, so we had quite a few folks in here. We had our Sin William Humphrey, who is the Jati out in Arizona and Phoenix. Dua for being here. We murder you. We got, of course, our beloved Sin Curtis Jackson, aka I think he said Pittsburgh Red, which I love that name. I know we have our comedic names, but man, I love that name, Pittsburgh Red. Then Curtis, we murder you, Dua for being here. Demetria Bryant's been here. Uncle Ma'at to you. We love you too, Sinette. Miss you, miss you, miss you. I do still want to get with you. We've taken a break on our children's story time, but we will be cracking that back up before the end of the summer. Let's see. We've got our my girl, our Sinette, Yashira, Sakina Ra. I love that girl. She is crazy, crazy in a good way. Love you, love you, love you. All right, and let's see. I think that is all. Well, for this week, you all, I hope to see you all at the meeting again tomorrow. It is 6 p.m. That link is on our page. We'll be here next week. Himnetter, do you have anything to add before we close out with the prayer?
Just, just for everyone to keep on seeking knowledge, and we pray that we continue to live our best lives. So in the fact that what we say in the African villages, do ma'at and live.
Do my eye and live. Ashe. Ashe. And as far as prayers go, we always usually read from the Sabyt, but sometimes we just say what's on our heart. So all I can say today is that I ask that the Hrw keep and cover each and every one of you, and that you all continue to seek knowledge and go within yourselves and get closer to yourselves, getting closer to yourself, and getting closer to the Hrw, because you are the Hrw. The Hrw is you and me. When I say I murder you all, I think most of you know that I genuinely mean it. I wish nothing but peace. I wish a win for each and every one of you, your children, your children's children, the elders in your family. I hope that they're getting well rested and getting cared for like they should. Outside of that, I hope you are all protected and continue to Anke Ma'at. To that, I say Shema Ma'at Ashe.
Shema ma'at. Ashe.